So, in the use of common fish diseases, what we will have to study is about the different types of bacterial, viral, and other type of non-pathogenic diseases which are affecting the fish population. So, to begin with, one problem with the fish disease is that when fish are having some kind of diseases, that will be reducing the productivity of a aquacultural farm. That is our main problem. We are rearing 1,000 fish, and after 2-3 months half of the fish are dying. That will be reducing our profit. So that is a problem in case of fish disease. In the case of fish disease, that will be leading to a lot of financial loss. And normally diseases are caused by pathogen. Pathogens means microorganisms causing disease are non-pathogenic pathogen. Sometimes environmental stress can be a factor. For example, the changes in pH, changes in temperature, changes in humidity, turbidity, everything can lead to death of the fish. And sometimes deficiency in the nutrients. If enough amount of food is not available, if there is some deficiency in the type of food that we are giving, maybe vitamin or mineral deficiency, that can also lead to different types of fish diseases. Now here we will be discussing about the different type of diseases. To begin with, we will say parasitic disease. One major type of parasitic disease is ichthyophythyris, or itch or white spot disease. Itch or white spot disease. I will show you this picture of ichthyophythyris because this is the ichthyophythyris. See here, you can see that this is the problem of ichthyophythyris, called commonly known by the name itch. Yes, get it. So in case of ichthyophythyris, here you can see that this kind of problems will be there, and mainly it is caused by Ichthyophythyris multifilus, a protozoan parasite. The main feature of this disease is white spots on the skin, gills and feet, and erratic swimming. The fish is not swimming properly, maybe slightly tilted. Then lethargy. Lethargy means extreme tiredness. That is the meaning of the word. So the main thing that we can do to prevent this disease is ensuring the quality of the water. If the water is of poor quality, then that will be leading to this type of disease known by the name itch or white spot disease, and popular scientific name is ichthyophythyriasis. Now there is a very crude method of treatment. We are using some formalin or copper sulfate, and light solution of formalin or copper sulfate will be added to the water. That will be able to kill this pathogen. So this is the first type of disease known by the name Ichthyophythyris. Another pathogenic disease is trichodiniasis. Trichodiniasis. I will show you this trichodiniasis also. In the case of so this is the trichodiniasis. Here you can see that this is the type of problem that fish will be having. They will be having certain lesions with there. Now in the case of trichodiniasis, it is also caused by a protozoan, and main features are the increased mucus production, the irritation and damage of the skin. Now what we can do is that maintain clean water. When the quality of the water is poor, this type of parasitic diseases will be coming. All these are usually caused by some kind of protozoan. Here, as in the use of treatment, we can either use salt solution or dipping in a formalin. So this is a very crude, rough method of treatment. Another is fish lice, argulosis. Argulosis. You can also see the argulosis here. Here, this is the argulosis. See, this is known as the fish lice. See here, you can see that this kind of small lices will be there. See, this is another picture. Here also you can see that. So these are all known by the name fish lice. Then it is caused by a type of crustacean ectoparasite known by the name Argulosus species, and that will be causing ulceration. Ulceration means a small wound will be there, and the important symptoms are the lice may be present on the surface, just like lice is present on our head. This kind of lice can be present on your on the skin of the fish, and that will be creating wound or ulceration. Now what we can do regarding the preventive method is mainly routine inspection and removal of the lice from the body of the fish. And going for the treatment, we can use organophosphate based treatment, like DDT like chemical can be used, or DDT or BSC can be used. Now second type of disease is known by the name bacterial disease. So in the case of parasitic disease, most of the parasitic disease will be produced or caused by some kind of protozoan. That is why they are known as a parasitic disease. Now here, in case of bacterial disease, it will be caused by a bacteria. Different types of diseases are there. One is columnaris disease. Columnaris disease is actually caused by Flavobacterium. I will show you columnaris disease here. See, this is the columnaris disease. Here you can see that this kind of problems will be coming. Now in case of columnaris disease, it is caused by Flavobacterium columnare. That is the type of bacteria. You just remember the name of the bacteria. What are the major symptoms? Major symptoms are cotton-like lesion. Lesions means injury or a wound on the skin and fins, and gill necrosis. And necrosis means decay. Here you can see that. So this kind of problem is known by the name columnaris disease. Some kind of decay or some kind of wound will be occurring on the outer surface of the body of the fish, sometimes on the gills. So actually this is caused by a bacterium known by the name Flavobacterium columnare. Now what are the preventive methods? Avoid overcrowding and stress. If you are putting too many fish into an aquarium, into a tank, that will be leading to spread of infection. We can use some kind of antibiotic like oxytetracycline can be used for treatment of this bacterial disease. Then another is Aeromonas infection. Aeromonas infection is caused by Aeromonas hydrophylla. So this is the Aeromonas fish disease. Here you can see. Here also you can find it is caused by a bacterium, Aeromonas. So what is happening in the case of Aeromonas is hemorrhages. Hemorrhages means on the skin, fin rot and abdominal swelling. These are the two major things. Here you can see the hemorrhages, blood is coming out in certain areas of the skin. That is known as the hemorrhages. Leaking of blood is known as hemorrhages on the outer surface of the skin. So this kind of hemorrhages on the skin, fins, then rotting. Rotting means decaying of the fins, and swelling of the abdomen. These are the three major symptoms. And coming to prevention, mainly ensuring the quality of the water. So that is why water quality management is very important in this. Then we can also use antibiotics and supportive care. These are the things that we can do to ensure the prevention of this Aeromonas infection. Then another is Edwardsiellosis. Edwardsiellosis, it is causing skin ulcer, swelling of the abdomen and hemorrhages. That's another type of fish disease. So this is the Edwardsiellosis. Here you can see that. So this is one character features of the Edwardsiellosis fish disease. So here also you can see the skin ulcer, swollen abdomen, hemorrhages. Hemorrhages means blood leaking are some of the important. It is mainly occurring in canned fishes caused by Edwardsiella ictaluri. Edwardsiella ictaluri. And the treatment is using some antibiotic like oxytetracycline. So in case of bacterial disease, we have columnaris disease, Aeromonas infection, then we have Edwardsiellosis. Then viral diseases are there. Coming to viral diseases, one is infectious hematopoietic necrosis, IHN. It is mainly affecting salmon. And what are the symptoms is that it is causing dark coloration, lethargy. Lethargy means tiredness and eyes will be bulging. Infectious hematopoietic necrosis, that is a viral disease. See here you can see that. So this is the infectious hematopoietic disease. It is caused by a virus. Here you can see that. So this is the case of infectious hematopoietic disease. So what is happening here? Here you can see that on the lower side of the belly, you can see that. So it is caused by a type of virus. That virus is known by the name IHN virus. Mainly it is affecting salmon. Then what we can do is to use the virus-free brood stock, because when we are growing fish in an aquacultural tank, after every harvest we will be introducing new young fish, and if the new young fish is carrying this virus, then that will lead to the spread of viral disease. That is why using virus-free brood stock so that the new fish may not be having this problem. Then ensuring proper hygiene. We do not have any kind of treatment method for this viral disease, because there is, even for human virus, we do not have a treatment, we do not have a drug. Then another type of viral disease is koi herpes virus. Koi herpes virus, that is mainly affecting koi and carp. That is why it is known as a koi herpes virus. It is causing gill necrosis, sungun. Sungun means the eyes may be in a small depression or small hole. That is why sungun eyes and lethargy, tiredness. These are the features of koi herpes virus. Here you can see this. See, this is the koi herpes virus affecting the koi fish. So these are the problems of koi herpes virus. Here you can see that. So in the case of koi herpes virus, it is causing sungun eyes. Eyes may be, see here you can see that this is the problem. This is known as sungun eyes. Eyes may be placed in a small pit-like depression. That is why sungun eyes. So that is a characteristic feature of this koi herpes virus. And what we can do is that quarantine and vaccination, and there is no supportive care or no cure for this disease. Now we come to the fungal disease. There are 2-3 types of fungal disease. One is saprolegniasis. and it is causing water mold. This saprolegniasis is causing water mold, and they are causing white cottony growth on the skin and fins as well as on the gills. I will show you the picture of that saprolegniasis. See, this is the saprolegniasis. See, here you can see that. So this is what is happening in case of saprolegniasis. This is a fungal infection, and that fungal infection is actually caused by this fungus known as saprolegnia species, also known by the name water mold. Presence of white cottony growth on the skin as well as fins and gills. So what we can do is that we can use malachite green or potassium permanganate solution for the treatment. Then we can also use for prevention of that, we can avoid injuries and maintain good water quality of the pond. So these are some things that we can do to prevent the spread of disease. Then branchiomycosis, another disease is known as a branchiomycosis. It is known as a gill rot. This is known as a gill rot. Here you can see that. So this is a type of disease now caused by fungus known by the name gill rot. Gill rot means the gills may be decaying, and it is causing gill necrosis or gill decay and labored breathing. Because gills are damaged, fish may not be able to take the dissolved oxygen from the water properly. That will be affecting its respiration and breathing. Then what we can do to prevent is that reduce organic load. Organic load means whatever organic, like plants, other animals present in the pond. Reduce the number of plants, reduce the number of other fish growing in the pond. So these are some practices which are used to prevent. So with regard to fish disease, we do not have much proper treatment method. Most of the time we are using some kind of crude techniques, because treating fish with modern medicine may not be profitable. Then we can change the water condition, and we can also use some kind of antifungal medicine. Then we have nutritional diseases. Coming to nutritional diseases, vitamin deficiency can be a problem. In the case of vitamin deficiency, that will be leading to spinal deformities. Spine of the fish may not be forming properly. The growth of the fish may be affected. The immunity of the fish can be weakened. So all these will be leading to are actually arising from some kind of vitamin deficiency. So what we can do is that we can provide good diet. We can balance a diet that contains sufficient quantity of minerals, vitamins, etc. So these are something that we can do to avoid vitamin deficiency diseases in fish. Another is fish fatty liver disease. So in case of fatty liver disease, it is most of the time caused by high fat diet or overfeeding. So if we are giving our fish in the pond too much of nutrients, that will be leading to this high fatty liver disease. What happens is that enlarged liver will be there. Even in human beings, sometimes doctor may be that there is fatty deposition on your liver. So that is known as a fatty liver disease, and that can also reduce the growth of the fish. So we have to provide balanced feed. So that is what we can do to prevent this. Then another type of disease is the environmental and stress related disease. So one common is gas bubble disease. So supersaturation of dissolved gases in water. So that means if 100 ml of water, you take 100 ml of water, Normally that 100 ml of water may be able to carry certain amount of oxygen. If it is more than that amount of oxygen, when fish is breathing that water, gas bubbles may be forming inside the body of the fish. This is known as a gas bubble disease. This is another gas bubble disease. Here you can see that these are the problems of the gas bubble disease. Inside the body of the fish, the gas bubbles may be developing. And see here you can see that the presence of gas bubble inside the body of a fish. So they have used certain staining techniques to make it visible. So the gas bubble disease is actually caused by breathing water containing too much amount of oxygen. So that is known as the gas bubble disease, and symptoms will be the presence of gas bubbles appearing on the tissue, skin, and the swimming may not be in the proper way. So proper aeration and degassing. If too much oxygen is present, we have to reduce the amount of oxygen. Then another is hypoxia. In case of hypoxia, it is caused by low dissolved oxygen level. There is one amount. High means hypo means low, oxygen means oxygen. So very little oxygen is present in the water. That is known as the hypoxia. Gasping at the surface. Fish may not be able to breathe properly, and there will be lethargy will be there. So if such a situation is observed, we can go for giving more oxygenation or more aeration of the water. Then finally we have some of the general strategies that we can adopt in the case of disease management in aquaculture. The most important thing is maintaining water quality. Regularly monitoring the pH, temperature, dissolved oxygen and ammonia level of the water. That will ensure that the water is of good quality and there is a good healthy ecosystem for the fish to survive. Then biosecurity measure, quarantine new stock, sterilize equipment and limit access. For example, if there is an aquarium in your house, you buy a new fish and put it into the aquarium. Most of the time you may have observed that old fish are dying immediately, and this is because of the introduction of virus or diseases from new fish. So this is known as a quarantine new stock. Then vaccination, administer vaccine for bacterial and viral disease when available. That is something that we can do. Prophylactic treatment, use medicated feed, food containing some medicine, that is known as a medicated feed, and we can also use some kind of preventive methods in the case of disease risk. Then proper nutrition, giving high quality feed, that is an important thing. Stocking density, do not overcrowd, reduce the number of fish that you are introducing into the fish pond. So if too many fishes are present, that will lead to overcrowding, and overcrowding can be a source of bacterial contamination or bacterial infection. So this is some of the general idea regarding what we can do to prevent the spread of fish diseases.